How you guys doing? This is good old Grimlock X, the Wolf God. Now, I had this idea on how to really start a resistance in a way. Now, let me explain, okay? Hear me out. Please bear with me. Now, during World War II, we had the French, the Jews had their resistance. He had some resistance against the Mussolini's fascist rule, and he had some little bit. You have Russians have their resistance against the Nazis and shit during the war too. But now, the modern day resistance will be more covert, more underground, in the shadows. The ones who are on the far front line is anonymous. Anonymous has been a resistance in a way for over a decade, man. But they do it within the shadows because a lot of exposing wrongdoing, government wrongdoing from all over the world, has been really huge on WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks have been releasing a lot of cables for over a decade. And they've been wanting to go after Julian Assange for a long time. The powers that be, the Matrix, what Andrew Tate would call it, the Matrix, went after Julian Assange, and really just had, because when our military war crime was exposed, and our guys were over there, that went over there, and a chopper killed journalists, not war combatants. They killed journalists. That was a war crime. That was a war crime, and it should have been prosecuted, man. It's like going back to the early '90s in Panama, where members of our military killed 7,500 people. Men, women, children, the elderly. They even killed journalists. Foreign and local journalists, which is a crime. It's a crime against humanity. But if any other leader did something wrong, our job was to go and remove them. But in a way where they're the ones that refuse to play ball with us. If you refuse to play ball with us, we're going to remove you through a coup and bring in somebody that's willing to bend over and take it up the ass with a red, white, blue dildo in their ass, Or if you refuse to take the dollar as the world's currency, we're going to remove you through a coup and something else, But You have people in this world who are so far gone, people in power who are so far gone down the rabbit hole, there's no way for them to come back from, because they've been so deep in the rabbit hole for so long, And when I mean a grassroots resistance, I'm saying we the people need to start our own resistance in a way where we work in our community. We deal with the local governments to expose wrongdoing. Start a blog. Start your own online news press, And if you need help with that, Anonymous can help you with that. Teach you how to do it. You have some tech-savvy people. You have some that work in IT. You have some that work, and stuff like that. I mean, just start something. But it's kind of like playing the game, where's Waldo? Except it's like, where's the information? Where's the information? You have brave people like these auditors, First Amendment auditors, who go out and test to see how far a cop would go, or a deputy would go, while you're exercising your First Amendment, your First Amendment. And, start a blog, start a podcast, but you will have people that would try to look for you, try to watch you enough to figure out where you're at, because look, I do my stuff here, because if I go out there, what I want to do, it's just that there's times where I want to go out and do some good, and but you want to do it wisely, because of course, yes, you have people in power, whether it's local government, school board, law enforcement, and whatnot. They're not going to like what you're doing, because in their minds you're being a nuisance, but actually you're testing their knowledge of the Constitution. You have auditors, First Amendment auditors, Second Amendment auditors doing that. They're on the front line all the time, testing the constitutional waters of these people that don't give a rat's ass about the Constitution. You have hackers. You have bloggers, hackers who basically set the line, set the line, and it's just that let me it's just that when you least expect that, because on social media, no matter if you're on Twitter or Facebook or YouTube or Rumble or Parler or Getter, Minds, MeWe, Gab, Clapper or TikTok or whatnot, or Instagram, there are people who are so far left in these major tech companies like, Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and, they want to create this fact checking, which is basically a group of dumbasses who would fact check based on opinion, not facts. And it is to a point where we need a grassroots resistance of the people. I'm not saying go out and hurt somebody. I'm saying, create a blog. Go out but don't do it to offend somebody. You do it to challenge the other people who have no idea what the hell they're talking about or what they're saying, who are pushing these ideologies and shit, these far left ideologies. It's insane. It is insane because, look, we can agree to disagree, but also whether we have free speech, freedom of the press, and when you're out there filming, you're filming the public, which I don't want to be filmed. You're in public. You have no expectation of privacy, so you're in public. I won't film you. If you don't let me film, go away. But yet, there's still consent there. And we need to understand that, look, local governments is corrupt, state government is corrupt, so is the federal government is also corrupt. But you have people who want to change it from the inside. And everybody, guys, man, you have to learn about your rights, man. Rights you have. It's not what people tell you what you have. It's, you have it. You have the rights, to live your life the way you see fit. But you have other people who are pro-law enforcement. I understand that. But also, you have members of law enforcement who have no idea what the Constitution is. They don't understand the First Amendment, because when you ask them, can you tell us the 5 things about the First Amendment? They walk away. They walk away. They walk away. Freedom of the press, freedom of speech, religion, press, protest, and grievance. Because these are the ones who don't care about your freedom of speech, don't care about your freedom of the press. All they care about is how many tickets they can write, how many citations they can write, how many arrests they can make, how many impounds they could have done. And it's more money for the department and the city. See, you could say they're not law enforcement officers, they're revenue generating officers. Now, what I mean by a grassroots resistance. Okay. I'm a big fan of the Watchdogs. The game. Because it's a group of hackers that are the people. We the people, we cherish our privacy. We cherish our security of our privacy. Okay? We the people believe in the Fourth Amendment. We believe in the Fifth Amendment. First Amendment, you know. We also believe that people should mind their own fucking business, okay? Now, here's how I see a grassroots resistance, okay? Here. Hackers, for one. My favorite hack group, Anonymous, are always on the front line. Always on the front line. You have new generation of Anonymous, Anons, getting involved. I tip my hat to the new generation of Anons. I believe in we the people. Okay, we have Anonymous on the front lines already, as they're basically an underground intelligence, gather intel. We need brave, independent bloggers, independent news that's of the people, not the corporate news, the news of the people, the ones who go out and gather the information, the story, and to give to the people, not the corporate news jockeys who's too afraid to actually do their job. They're no more than activists pretending to be journalists. Even though you have some that are independent, but they are too far left, too far gone, who would spew kind of like Snopes, who are not really a news thing, but they pretend to be. I like the term grassroots. Grassroots, it's the people. We the people need a grassroots resistance within local and state government. We the people need a grassroots resistance in the federal government. We the people need a grassroots resistance in big tech, in big pharma. We need a grassroots resistance in the oil and gas industry. We need to expose wrongdoing. We need a grassroots resistance in governments in the UK, in Germany, in France, in Canada, South America, where the people would stand up and fight. A grassroots global resistance, but in a way where they ain't seen it coming. Because now there's a saying in the game Assassin's Creed 2. We work in the dark to serve the light. Our job is to protect humanity's secrets. We are a inquisitive bunch of people that love this planet. I mean, you could go on a trip, say, you go see the Great Wall of China, how the architecture of it is amazing. You go to Egypt, you see the pyramids, you're like, you're in awe of the construction of the pyramids and the Sphinx. It's amazing. It stays in the back of our minds, man. Pyramids and the Aztec pyramids, you know. The structures, these structures that we want to know how and what, and just really get just blown away. But there are some structures that are hidden from us because the CIA, MI6, a lot of these tier CIA level agencies don't want us to know. Like Antarctica, you know. What are these structures? Because you hear about structures of a ancient, timeless civilization that's hidden because, like, oh, we're gonna hide this. We're going to wipe it from the world history books, and only us, we, can see it. It's for thee, but not for we. You know, that kind of shit. You know. I've always liked the term underground resistance against tyranny. We, the people in the United States, we know our government is completely fucked, completely corrupt, because they're bought and paid for. They are bought and paid for by bankers and corporations, because by lobbyists who's willing to throw money in your back pocket or up your fucking fat ass, man. Because they have an interest they want to do, but they can't because certain politicians are standing in the way. They're standing in the way. And we need to throw some money towards them, or basically shove it up their ass to get our lobbyists to do some work for us, you know. That's how they do it. See, you have these oil companies, gas companies, these big pharma cunts trying to stop us people find a way of how to use natural, organic plants, an element to live and cure ourselves. They don't want us to be self-reliant because to them, with us being self-reliant, it takes away their power. It takes away their control of us, the way we drive, the way we live, the way we eat our food, the way we drink water, the way we learn, the way we educate ourselves, you know. They want to stop that. They want to stop that. Because that's our grassroots resistance against big pharma, big gas, big oil, big tech, about big tech, you have programmers, you have coders, you have hackers really pushing back against the big tech monopoly, man, Don't get me wrong, I love Apple. I like the iPhone because I own one. I like it. But I also have here a Samsung Galaxy A12 I've been using for a long time. Now, you have these companies like Apple and Google, which they have a good OS. I use them both every now and then, but you have a major asshole in Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, here's a guy who has the face and the eyes of a technological pedophile, a technological rapist. The techie way. Now, anybody like Mark Zuckerberg that runs a company he co-founded, he is 5'7", needs 2 books to hold his ass up in a chair and shit, so he could be a big boy. Mark Zuckerberg has the face and the mind of a big technological rapist and pedophile. That means he's molesting and raping your privacy. He's raping and molesting your security of your information, because he's also raping, molesting, and pillaging your posts of information that you want to share with others. And he calls it fact-checking. Only based on opinion, not fact. Facebook and Meta and Instagram have become CNN of the Silicon Valley. See, that's why I love the alternative platforms like Minds, Gab, MeWe, Parler, Getter, Rumble, Tumblr, because they're the alternative platforms. And the reason that people have left Facebook and Twitter for these platforms, because at the time, Jack Dorsey, who's still a prick, ran to Twitter, and he's still good buddies with Zuckerberg, And here's something that many of you don't know. Okay, when Snapchat came to existence, okay. He called the CEO of Snapchat and says, "I'm here to let you know that at any time I could buy you out and ruin you. Because Mark Zuckerberg is a one jealous motherfucker. I'll tell you why. He tried to create his own version of Snapchat, and he failed. He's trying to compete against Twitter and Snapchat because Mark Zuckerberg wants to be the Vince McMahon of social media, the only business around. He wants to control the information. That's why he bought Instagram and WhatsApp. He does not want competition. Mark Zuckerberg hates competition. That's why he does what he does, And the reason why he wanted TikTok banned, because here he was fined, what was it, 735 million, and then he paid what, another 740 million. That's that's almost $2 billion he had to pay out, man. TikTok is rising up. TikTok is eating his lunch, and he's pissed. Like he wants to copy Twitter with Threads, which I will tell you right now, I give Threads 4 or 5 months, 6 months most. Maybe not even that. Because he wants to copy his rivals, okay? He tried it with Snapchat, failed. Okay? He tried to create his own currency, his own cryptocurrency, which failed. Which failed because if he created a currency, it would throw the financial off balance, See, Zuckerberg don't want competition. He wants to destroy certain things, certain companies like Snapchat and Twitter. I'm surprised he didn't start a phone company like Apple and Google got. Google has the Android, Apple has the iPhone. But Amazon tried the Fire Phone, failed badly. I'm surprised that Mark Zuckerberg didn't go for that. Get involved in the phone business thing, But I'll tell you this: if Mark Zuckerberg wanted to get into the smartphone game, here's how he would do it. He would try to copy the iPhone. Try to copy the Android, the whole thing, And he would try to buy one of these companies that makes a phone that uses the OS, like say BlackBerry and Samsung and HTC and Motorola, and if he got hold of the company, and the company makes a phone for the Android OS, Zuckerberg will take the OS and reverse engineer the operating system. And if he wanted to, he could have bought an iPhone, take it, reverse engineer it in his own way, and try to sell it that way. But again, he would get sued by Apple and Google, but also have to pay a fine to the FTC, because that's where Google and Apple will be like, report to the FTC like, hey, this Zuckerberg guy here is trying to steal our patent, I think we need a grassroots resistance in certain, like say big tech, big pharma, local government, state government, But they have to be they have to be in sync, where nobody knows anybody, but by a certain particular name, code name, and it's kind of like truckers. Truckers are because they use the CBs, and they go by a certain nickname, I love the old school truckers talk. They go to they'll say, yeah, this is the rubber duck, and yeah, this is the Fernet bear. How you doing, rubber duck? That's it. But truckers have a code talk. They talk in codes, and I think that's how we should do this if it's done properly, Proper channels, as in you want to do it through proper channels. Like, you have usernames. I use my username. I don't use my real name. I use a username. Mine is Grimlock X the Wolf God. That's my how I go about it. I don't give my real name. I just stick to my username, and that's kind of like that's a tech trucker talk, or let me rephrase it. That's the talk of a cyber trucker, but instead of a actual big rig, you're on a phone or a computer or whatnot, so something like that. And sometimes you have to really, but I want to say this. I want to do it to honor a woman who is a legend in her own right, in her own way. Karen Stokewood. When we do this, and if it does happen, I want to honor some people. Julian Assange, Chelsea Manning, Karen Silkwood, and all the whistleblowers that have lived to tell the tale, but later on had to pay the price for their courage. Because the powers that be, the war profiteers, the warmongers, the chicken hawks, had them taken out. Because the chicken hawks don't like anybody challenging their political and their financial power, who are willing to go any lengths to commit a crime for that power and control. That's what I'm talking about. The grassroots resistance. That's what I'm talking about. Brave people. Brave people. And I know I'll get a comment saying, "Are you drunk?" No, I'm not drunk. Drinking Coca-Cola. Now, whenever I play Watch Dogs or Assassin's Creed or I like just the term covert, grassroots resistance kind of thing, you know. Fight against the corruption of people who don't give a rat's ass about human life. Who all they care about is themselves and their own ideology, their own agenda. Who is willing to go after people who are abiding the Constitution of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, man. That's what I'm talking about, a grassroots resistance, you know. Alright, folks, it's good old Mark X, the Wolf God. Just want to say, if you're new to this channel, please leave a like, subscribe, comment below, hit the bell for notification. Always live healthy, happy, and wise. I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.